Is 11:20 in the evening time on this late Friday night, January 12th, 2018. It's time now for the Peter Channel Late Night News on this late Friday night, January 12th, 2018. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter J. Wiggins. It's 11:20 p.m. on this late Friday night. Top story of Peter Channel Late Night News is a senior Republican senator demonstrates Trump that America is an idea, not a race. 20-year-old wins $451 million Meg Malin's jackpot. The record showed that the FBI knew Las Vegas governor had big gun stashes. Why Martin Luther King Jr.'s lessons about peaceful protests are still relevant. Trump issues warning investigators on an Iran deal. U.S. Ambassador resigns, saying he can no longer work with Trump. Lay in London over Trump's scrap visit, but also on the needs about U.S.-British ties. After Trump and by media, Trump's ambassador in the Netherlands have apologized for anti-Muslim remarks. Trump is in excellent health, says after examining according to his doctor. To get Medicaid in Kentucky, many will have to work, and advocates for the poor are horrified. Suspect arrested killed at Blaisburg State Ivy League student found dead at Orange County Park. Winter storm under spreading a mess of snow and ice from the Tennessee Valley to northern New England. Women business owners in the outer area are proving that being a boss is not just a man's job. Probably looking for ways to cut out of high school costs. Way out of a Labrador learned she has many admirers. Pot haze thickens in Edinburgh and on state level. In Norton, there is a light at the end of the top tunnel for the town's persistent and widespread dirty drinking water problems. In the next few weeks, the town will poised to become what is believed to be the first community in southeastern Massachusetts and possibly the entire state to offer residents drinking water from a special vending machine. Power knocked out briefly in Foxborough and Plainville, and also occurred at the Edinburgh Public Library for a short moment, in which people had to evacuate from the Edinburgh Public Library because of the power problems. We overfired dust thanks to a quick call to 911. Sheryl Sandberg, Jack Dorsey to leave Disney's board. Jeff Bezos donates $33 million to the scholarship fund for Dreamers. U.S. launches news by a satellite at a secret mission. Huge hole bust at Double Burp. After 2016 launch pad explosion, SpaceX has potato Falcon 9 for astronauts. In a flow of battle, hydration and elevation may be your best weapons. UMM and Siemens and CEOs said hospital failure showed basic humanity and compassion after a rescue woman left outside Baltimore Emergency Center, and mom dies 2 days after flu diagnosis. In Nottingham, New Hampshire, 2 alarm fire. Command reports all units operated defensive operations at 5 Oak Ridge Road. It's a Lee Taker reported fully involved search and arrival. Not in MS. Lee, Raymond, Newmarket, Northwood, Barrington, Durham, New Fieldsburg Station coverage. Peter, Channel News Time is 11:21 on this late Friday night, and it's time now for a sports report on this rainy Friday night. The North Lancers boys basketball team improved to 6-3 on the season with a 70-60 win over the Mills Mohawks, as McKinley Kersley had 20 points and Nick Ruby had 20 in the win for the Lancers, along with Griffin Mackler's 18 points. And Andrew Brooks had 12 points in the loss for the Mohawks. And the North Lancers girls basketball team got thrashed by the Mohawks in Millis 62-34. Okay, looking at some NBA scores. Phoenix Suns trailing the Houston Rockets 45-29, 5:13 of the second quarter. Indiana Pacers over the Cleveland Cavaliers 97-95. Minnesota Timberwolves over New York Knicks 118-108, and the Golden State Warriors over the Milwaukee Bucks 108-94. Ray McGrath says Rivers is fine, but reveals heart irregular issues. Atlanta Falcons bat Ryan returns to Philadelphia for a playoff game against Eagles in front of some conflicted supporters, and Chris Bryant gets $10.85 million for the first arbitration eligible. Peter Charles News Time is 11:23 on this late Friday night. Time now for a traffic control of the plot. Beep beep. Let's study off on the MBTA where the Green Line Express and minor delays due to a signal problem at Park Street. And Fishbury Line train 431 can be railed to the 40 p.m. from West North Station is operate 5-10 minutes basket between en route to Wachusett. And the Fairies out looking good. All right. Always and always a New England on this Friday night. Break 8 on both fences back to back. Connecticut, Route 25 on the northbound side. It's slower around the Bridgeport Switch. 8 on the southbound side. It is slower Bridgeport Switch. 146 on the northbound side. It is slow just around from 15 all the way down to North Providence. 24 on the southbound side. It is over the Fall River Stretch. 79 southbound side. So the Fall River Stretch. 140 southbound side. It is over between Lakeville and Route 195 in New Bedford. Route 25 westbound side. It is over the Web Stretch. Route 25 eastbound side. It is so before Route 6 in Bourne. Route 60 eastbound side. It is slow around the Sandwich Stretch after Route 130. 24 southbound side. It is over 123 in Bruckner into Route 106 in West Bridgewater. And Route 57 westbound side is also after Route 5 in Springfield, Mass. 91 the northbound side is over Deerfield and Greenfield, Mass. 93 at both ends it's back to between Concord and Manchester. 93 northbound side is over between Concord and Woodstock. On both ends, 295 at the northbound side. It is slow just past Morton AM in Maine. 93 at the northbound side. It is so at Littleton, New Hampshire. 91 on the both ends back to the Fairleigh Stretch. And 91 at the southbound side, a little hair over Vermont. And 89 northbound side. It is so at Woolston, Vermont. And Interstate 89 on both ends back up between St. Albans and the Canadian border. 87 on the northbound side. It is so between Plattsburgh and Champlain. All the highways and byways in Montreal vicinity. Slow go 95 on the northbound side. Back to between Fairfield and southbound side. A little sort of Bangor main stretch. Peter Childers, Sawbeers. 11:25 on this late Friday. It's time now for a weather report. And the calendar may read January 12th, but it sure looks like a spring night on tap. Heavy rain and wind. It looks like a day in May rather than a day in January. And now, looking at the radar, look, it chills. Rain showers coming on much of eastern Massachusetts. Heavy band rain showers from Bucktown to Marshfield and down around Cape Cod Canal and down around Twain from Vaughan to Falmouth. Heavy band rain showers down in Southern Rhode Island and off the eastern shore of Long Island. And rain coming on much of Rhode Island and much of eastern Mass. Raining down around west central portions of Massachusetts and heavy band rain showers east of the Berkshires. And down western Connecticut. And raining from much of Connecticut, western Massachusetts, and raining in southern Vermont with some sleet down around Rutland, Vermont, and raining down the southeast coast of New Hampshire, down much of Maine, and raining from northern portions of New Hampshire and down around Maine, and rain stretching all the way down the Jersey Shore and off the Delaware, Maryland coast, and rain showers from Albany, New York, all the way down northeastern Pennsylvania, and some rain showers from Harrisburg, PA, all the way down through eastern North Carolina. And off the Carolina coast, and some sleet stretching from Charleston, West Virginia, all the way down to Pennsylvania, and stretching to upstate New York and northern Vermont and eastern Quebec, and some snow from Nashville, Tennessee, all the way down to central Kentucky, down around Ohio, down to western portions of PA, and up western New York and northeastern Ontario from Toronto down to Quebec, including Ottawa and Montreal and eastern Quebec. Looking at the temperature spread, this is no joke. This is 50s and 60s for about 7 New England, and 50s and 60s for about 7 New Hampshire, and in the 40s and 50s for much of Maine, and 30s and 40s for Vermont and central New Hampshire, and up around 32 for upstate Vermont and upstate New York. Looking at the future cast. Looking at the future cast. And it's going to be, continue to be heavy rain throughout the night tonight in the overnight hours. Cannot rule out a quick rumble of thunder while it'll be sleeting throughout western and central Mass and upstate Vermont, New Hampshire by about 8 a.m. while it'll be snowing in eastern New York and Vermont and up into Canada in the northeastern Ontario and southern Quebec, and it'll be making say up north. It'll storm push north, and Cam's dropping temp says it's gonna be spring from one day to back to winter-like temperatures in a span of 24 hours. So expect falling temperatures throughout the day tomorrow. Currently in Norton, Massachusetts at the 11:28 p.m. 58 degrees, the humidity of 98%, and the barometer 20.63 inches, falling rapidly, and wind speed south at 5 miles an hour. We got a flood warning in effect until 1:30 a.m. Saturday as at 7:30 p.m. Radar indicated there is a moderate heavy rainfall approaching across the warning area, and in addition to the rainfall, unseasonable warmer has eradicated much of the snowpack that was only recently in place. In a combination of rainfall and snowmelt is expected to produce significant urban and port drainage flooding, and some small stream flooding is also expected as evening progresses. Some locations will experience flooding include Boston, Providence, Lowell, Cambridge, New Bedford, Buckton, Quincy, Loyal, Fall River, Newton, Ward, Cranston, Lawrence, Somerville, Pawtucket, Framingham, Haverhill, Waltham, Malden, and Brookline. Winter weather as we expect from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Saturday. Flash freeze with a risk of brief period of light freeze rain and freeze drizzle, turning accumulations of trace expected portions of eastern, northeastern, and southeastern Massachusetts and northern Iran from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Saturday. And rain may change to a brief period of light freeze rain and freeze and drizzle before ending. More importantly, temperatures will rapidly fall to the 50s and the 20s during Saturday afternoon, resulting in a flash freeze. Untreated roads and walkways may quickly become icy, so if you're going to be out, okay. If you're going to go out and about, make sure you take steps. And if you're out in homeowners, make sure you get some ice melt on your steps. Because this is what happens when you go from 50s from one day to the 20s the next. It comes slippery. It's kind of like a hockey rink. We also in our wind advisory portions of coastal Rhode Island and eastern Massachusetts, including Boston, Taunton, Providence, and New Bedford. And Newport, south 15-25 miles gust between 40 and 50 miles an hour. Strongest winds from the near midnight today, breaking a few down trees, limbs, and eyesight power outages are possible. Flood watch all of 7 wing about Saturday afternoon, and heavy rain will continue to overspread the region. The heaviest rainfall tonight will gradually shift to the eastern and New England, combined with rapid snow melt, and will result in possibly some minor river and stream flooding, along with a potential for ice jam flooding. In addition, significant urban and storm flooding is possible, especially near snow-clogged storm drains. Storm total rainfall amounts to 1.5 to 3 inches, will close up to 4 inches are possible over the entire region. Alright! Forecast goes like this tonight. Rain and possibly a thunderstorm. Some of the storms produce heavy rainfall. Areas of fog will 51 degrees. South about 13-50 miles gusts as 47 miles an hour. Anticipated 100% for Saturday. Showers likely before noon. Cloudy with a temperature falling around 20 by 2 p.m. Southwest about 9 to 50 miles in the afternoon. Winds gusts at 29 miles an hour. Anticipation 30%. Saturday night, most of the gusts can go about 11 above. North about 6 to 8 miles an hour. For Sunday, most sunny podcast gusts have about 24 about 11 above. North about 6 miles an hour. For Mountain Weekend Day, most partly sunny in the most gusts about 26 about 18 degrees. For Tuesday at Jet Snow after 11 a.m. mostly gusts about 35 or about 20 degrees. Anticipation 45%. Wednesday at Jet Snow before 11 a.m. partly sunny about 32 about 16 degrees. Anticipation 30%. For Thursday, most of the sunny podcast about 20 about 16 degrees. And for Friday, most of the sun's got about 35 degrees. And that is going to be it for the Peter Channel. 11 late night news on this late Friday, January 12th, 2018. I'm Peter Wiggins. Hope you have a good night with a good bye day to the North. See you tomorrow morning. More report. I hope you all have a good night.